Hello guys, so today we would be doing lesson 2 of complex numbers. So we now know that a complex number can be written in this way, x plus yi. Okay, so this refers to our real part and this is the imaginary part. Okay, so by the way, every number you write, like even if you write 4, this is a complex number because it is 4 plus 0i. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And now we would do some terms. So this was like the representation. Now we should know about the conjugate complex number. So this could be referred to as the z star or with z with the bar on top. So what it means is that z is equal to x minus yi. So basically, whenever we have a number, for example, because y is our square root minus 1, so whenever we have square root, we know that we have a plus and minus as well. Okay, so every complex number, when there is a z equals to x plus yi, there would be a z is equal to x minus yi as well. So if this is our complex number, then this would be its conjugate, or vice versa. It could be either one of them. So if in this case this was our complex number, then now this, the minus part, would be its conjugate. Okay, so now we should learn about adding and subtracting because it is really simple. We can just do it in this lesson, adding, subtracting. So what we do is, for example, z1 we take as 3 plus 4i and z2 we can take as minus 1 plus 2i. Okay, so what we do is that, for example, z1 plus z2, we write it as 3 plus 4i plus minus 1 plus 2i. Okay, so the real part adds with the real part. Okay, so 3 minus 1 would be 2 and the imaginary part with the imaginary part, 4 plus 2i would be 6i. Okay, and now for the minus part, what we do is that if we write it this way, it would be something like 3 plus 4i minus 1 plus 2i. So now the minus would change their signs, 3 plus 4i plus minus would be plus 1 minus 2i, and now it would become 3 plus 1, which would be 4, and 4 minus 2 would be plus 2i. So that is how we add or subtract complex numbers. For the multiplication part, let's do that as well in this video. Okay, so for the multiplication part, that fourth thing for this complex numbers part, multiplication would be done also really simply. So how it is done is that, for example, z1 times z2, we're using the same values, which means 3 plus 4i times minus 1 plus 2i. This means that 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. Then we have 3 times 2, which is 6i. Then we have 4i times minus 1, which is minus 4i. And then we have 4i times 2i, which would be 8i square. Okay, so now we remember that I was equal to minus square root minus 1. So I square would be equal to, this would be squared and it would become, the square root would cancel and it would become minus 1. Okay, so that is the only value in complex numbers, that this I square equals to minus 1. So over here, when we have, for example, minus 3 plus 8, this would become 8 into minus 1. Okay, and then we would have plus 6 minus 4 would be 2i. Okay, minus 3 minus 8 would be minus 11 plus 2i. So this is how multiplication is done. We would leave the division part till the next video, and bye bye till then.